Hey, hello all. So, today we're going to look at some fundamental um, strikes and directionals, okay? Now, this exercise has to do with how you are integrating your attacks, okay? I don't want anybody ever to think defensively with weapons, okay? Um, it's not realistic. So, things will look a little different than many other approaches that you've seen regarding how you taught basic angles of attack and defense, okay? Uh, with that being said, the purpose is to always be out of range in a place where you can hurt them and they can't hurt you, to always be moving, and when you are in range, to be attacking. There's no other reason to be in range of a person with a weapon, okay? It's the same principle of if you show a weapon, you better be ready to use it. All right. So, with that being said, let's go over. We'll start with the Hanbo. It's a very good weapon for that purpose. So, in this scenario, we're going to be dealing with hitting and aggressiveness. I'm going to be on my front, okay? Because again, I'm going to be attacking with this. All right. Now, I'm also never dealing with one opponent. There's no such thing as one opponent, okay? I'm being facetious. I understand that there can be. So, if I'm here, this is my most fundamental hit. It's right in front of me, okay? When I'm hitting here, I have three other directions I have to worry about. Obviously, from behind, okay, and to the side, okay? If I look at those directions as something that will cause me to turn, it's giving me too many things to try to control, okay? Once I turn, now I've got the same situation, but I'm really dealing with him and the same directionals. So, how do I cut that down and make things simple? All right. This is my most fundamental hit. Anything that attacks from either side, you can be deflectionary. Here or here, okay? So, while I'm attacking in this direction, if something comes this way, I can deflect to hit, okay? I'm not deflecting to deflect and stand there, okay? When I'm attacking this way, if I'm deflecting here, I'm deflecting to hit. And I can, of course, do the same back this way and this way, okay? Same thing from the other side. I'm attacking this way, something comes this way, I can deflect. I can deflect to either side as I need, and I can hit to all three of these sides without having to really move the stick in any particular grand fashion, okay? So, yes, I could do things like this, but I shouldn't need to do things like that, okay? So I'm here, one, two, three. See, I can hit in any one of these directions. And I'm not even talking about any particularly fancy footwork, okay? I can also deflect him to hit or deflect either side here to hit, which basically leaves only my back area that I really have to be concerned about, okay? So this is very important. If you create a base from this series of strikes and deflections, you can basically move anywhere in a situation with three people, okay? Does it mean that it's going to be magically easy? Well, it will be compared to if you're trying to fight somebody with a stick and you're trying to fight in all these directions, okay? It'll also start to make sense when we look at these positionals as cardinal directions with a little bit more um, a higher level when we start to deal with a sword, a bladed weapon, okay? Because it's the same concept. However, when you deal with bladed weapons, you have a lot less room for error. So things always have to be done extremely carefully, and you really have to have an understanding, okay? So, again, just to review, this is here. If I have to lock the stick as I hit, okay, doesn't mean that I can't do more of a powerful strike and I can't set up to do all these things. It just means that while I'm doing that, I can protect both of my flanks fairly easily, okay? When you protect your flanks, you can move, okay? But you shouldn't have to move. That's the whole point. If something hits here, I can take this hit, okay? I can move with it, okay? I can come back against it, or I can deflect it and hit in either of these directions if I have to, without moving my feet, okay? That's the important thing. So, hit, deflect, deflect, okay? Hit, deflect. Okay, you could deflect this way, probably going to be this way though. Hit, deflect, deflect, okay? Deflect this way, deflect this way, okay? When you deflect, using an angle like such, so it comes down off of the stick, okay? It doesn't just bang your stick down, or you can avoid the stick. That's a different technique, okay? That's this, okay? Now, once you have those bases established, you can get into footwork, okay? So if you're dealing with that guy behind, for example, one, okay, into hustle, okay? Usually a sword position, okay? Hustle allows me now to hit this way off of this line. It takes my back position and turns it into a position where I can make a movement in either direction, okay? See how I'm using those directions here? This way, this way, this way, this way, okay? And again, you can use the same deflectionary movements if you need to. Why the deflections? Well, deflections are fast. They're not based on speed. There's a difference. Watch. If I'm trying to do something where I'm trying to hit you fast, block fast, that's based on speed. Some people have more speed than others. It's not reliable. Quickness should be part of the movement. Okay, this is a very quick movement. Okay, doesn't require speed. It requires proper timing and understanding. Okay, there's a reason why these movements are part of so many systems. Okay. Also, watch my elbow. When I'm doing this, I'm always keeping my elbows in, okay? There's a couple of reasons for that, okay? What's important for us to realize is that it gives you a proper deflectionary angle and a way to counter right away with a strike. It also gives you good positioning, okay? So you don't get smacked in your elbows and on your arm. So, look at those things carefully. We're going to stop this here. I like to keep my videos about 10 minutes. And we'll go a little bit into the sword, okay? Actually, we're not going to do the sword today. I'm going to do another video about something else that is a topic we need to address.